And welcome back to my vlog. The Greatest Thing in the World by Henry Drummond, Part 7. So this is more about the defense, which he started yesterday, Part 3, the defense. Then Paul goes farther and with even greater boldness adds, "Whether there be knowledge, it shall be done away. The wisdom of the ancients, where is it? It is wholly gone. A schoolboy today knows more than Sir Isaac Newton knew. His knowledge has vanished away. You put yesterday's newspaper in the fire. Its knowledge has vanished away. You buy the old editions of the great encyclopedias for a few cents. Their knowledge has vanished away. Look how the coach has been superseded by the use of steam. Look how electricity has superseded that and swept 100 almost new inventions into oblivion." One of the greatest living authorities, Sir William Thomson, said in Scotland at a meeting at which I was present, "The steam engine is passing away. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. At every workshop you will see in the backyard a heap of old iron, a few wheels, a few levers, a few cranks, broken and eaten with rust. 20 years ago, that was the pride of the city. Men flocked in from the country to see the great invention. Now it is superseded. Its day is done. And all the boasted science and philosophy of this day will soon be old. In my time, in the University of Edinburgh, the greatest figure in the faculty was Sir James Simpson, the discoverer of chloroform. Recently, his successor and nephew, Professor Simpson, was asked by the librarian of the university to go to the library and pick out the books on his subject, midwifery, that were no longer needed. His reply to the librarian was this: "Take every textbook that is more than 10 years old and put it down in the cellar." Sir James Simpson was a great authority only a few years ago. Men came from all parts of the earth to consult him, and almost the whole teaching of that time is consigned by the science of today to oblivion. And in every branch of science it is the same. Now we know in part, we see through a glass darkly. Knowledge does not last. Can you tell me anything that is going to last? Many things Paul did not condescend to name. He did not mention money, fortune, fame, but he picked out the great things of his time, the things the best men thought had something in them, and brushed them peremptorily aside. Paul had no charge against these things in themselves. All he said about them was that they would not last. They were great things, but not supreme things. There were things beyond them. What we are stretches past what we do, beyond what we possess. Many things that men denounce as sins are not sins, but they are temporary. And that is a favorite argument of the New Testament. John says of the world, not that it is wrong, but simply that it passeth away. There is a great deal in the world that is delightful and beautiful. There is a great deal in it that is great and engrossing, but it will not last. All that is in the world, the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life, are but for a little while. Love not the world, therefore. Nothing that it contains is worth the life and consecration of an immortal soul. The immortal soul must give itself to something that is immortal. And the only immortal things are these: now abideth faith, hope, love, but the greatest of these is love. Some think the time may come when two of these three things will also pass away: faith into sight, hope into fruition. Paul does not say so. We know but little now about the conditions of the life that is to come, but what is certain is that love must last. God, the eternal God, is love. Covet, therefore, that everlasting gift, that one thing which it is certain is going to stand, that one coinage which will be current in the universe when all other coinages of all the nations of the world shall be useless and unhonored. You will give yourselves to many things. Give yourself first to love. Hold things in their proportion. Hold things in their proportion. Let at least the first great object of our lives be to achieve the character defended in these words, the character, and it is the character of Christ, which is built round love. I have said this thing is eternal, Did you ever notice how continually John associates love and faith with eternal life? I was not told when I was a boy that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should have everlasting life. What I was told, I remember, was that God so loved the world that if I trusted in him, I was to have a thing called peace, or I was to have rest, or I was to have joy, or I was to have safety. But I had to find out for myself that whosoever trusteth in him, that is, whosoever loveth him, for trust is only the avenue to love, hath everlasting life. The gospel offers a man a life. Never offer a man a thimbleful of gospel. Do not offer them merely joy, or merely peace, or merely rest, or merely safety. Tell them how Christ came to give men a more abundant life than they have, a life abundant in love, and therefore abundant in salvation for themselves, and large in enterprise for the alleviation and redemption of the world. Then only can the gospel take hold of the whole of a man, body, soul, and spirit, and give to each part of his nature its exercise and reward. Many of the current gospels are addressed only to a part of man's nature. They offer peace, not life, faith, not love, justification, not regeneration. And men slip back again from such religion because it has never really held them. Their nature was not all in it. It offered no deeper and gladder life current than the life that was lived before. Surely it stands to reason that only a fuller love can compete with the love of the world. So there we have it. We're going to be wrapping up tomorrow with part 8. I hope you're getting something out of that, especially being that I, a religious atheist, am reading it to you. Wonder why. Pretty interesting. To me, anyway. So, make it a great day, spread love, and bye for now.